Everybody, Brickhouse here, and man, Disney is at it again. I just did a video yesterday, and I'll put the link in the description down below about how they're being sued for, we'll say, not being very transparent with their streaming numbers. You know, specifically the D Plus numbers, Disney Plus. Well, now they're at it again. This time it has to do with Ahsoka. And it has to do with the first two episodes that were released, not this past Tuesday, but last Tuesday. A week ago Tuesday. And shout out to Valiant Renegade. He does an excellent job when it comes to the business end of things. Looking at what these companies, these media companies are doing, how they're shuffling around the numbers, how they're fudging things, so on and so forth. And I'll put a link to his channel in the description down below. Give him a little love, go subscribe to his channel. But found this from Bounding into Comics. Analyst declares the Walt Disney Company media spin machine is in full force after company claimed Ahsoka brought in 14 million views globally for the first episode. Now, notice how they say 14 million views, not 14 million viewers. There's a difference. Financial and box office analyst Valiant Renegade declared the Walt Disney Company was putting out some major spin when they announced that their latest Star Wars Disney Plus series brought in 14 million views globally. Of course, the official Star Wars site's going to say that. The official StarWars.com website announced in a blog post, Lucasfilm and the Walt Disney Company are thrilled and humbled to announce that Part 1 of Ahsoka, Master and Apprentice, was the most watched title on Disney Plus this past week. Right. The debut episode garnered 14 million views, not viewers, marking the series #1 globally on the streaming platform. It's making the series #1 globally on the streaming platform. Kathleen Kennedy added, Ahsoka has become a fan favorite with people of all ages, and it's wonderful to see her continue to resonate with viewers in her very own headlining series. Yes, the Force is indeed female. I want to recognize the fantastic work done by our creative team, led by Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. I didn't know Favreau was involved with this. The incredible cast, led by Rosario Dawson, and our talented crew. And on behalf of the team of all of Lucasfilm, we give our thanks to all the fans who have been with Ahsoka on every step of her journey, and to all those who are just learning about her now in Ahsoka on Disney Plus. The post came after it was reported by third-party data tracking firm Samba TV that Ahsoka's viewership in the United States was far worse than previous Star Wars Disney Plus series, with the exception of Andor. Samba TV reported Ahsoka was only watched by 1.2 million U.S. households over its first 6 days. 1.2 million viewers, 14 million views. This was far less than previous premieres, such as The Mandalorian Season 3, which they noted drew 1.6 million U.S. households. It was also below Obi-Wan Kenobi, which they reported as bringing in 2.14 million U.S. households on its first 4 days streaming on Disney+. It also fell below The Mandalorian Season 2 and Book of Boba Fett. The outlet reported The Mandalorian was watched by 2.08 million U.S. households, and the Book of Boba Fett was watched by 1.5 million in their first 4 days. Valiant Renegade reacted to Lucasfilm and the Walt Disney Company's announcement of the 14 million views by first questioning Samba TV, changing their metric from 3 or 4 days with shows like Obi-Wan Kenobi to 6 days with Ahsoka. Well, Samba had an answer. This actually has more to do with when the episodes are released, as we will typically run data through the weekend since a lot of viewership happens then. We issued some updated 6-day comps for Andor and Mando to Ahsoka this week. Andor Season 1, Episode 1, 1.2 million. Mando Season 3, Episode 1, 1.7. In a follow-up, they revealed that Obi-Wan Kenobi clocked in at 2.4 million, double of that of what the firm was reporting for Ahsoka. So Ahsoka has now officially performed at half of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and from his best we can tell, about half of the 6-day total. That would be the season 2 premiere of The Mandalorian from a couple years ago. What's interesting about that is that over time, Walt Disney Company has added nearly 50% more subscribers to the Disney Plus service, going from about 30 million when Mando season 2 premiered to today, where they're about 45 million. So as Disney Plus subscribers have been going steadily up over the last several years, the overall trend in viewership for Disney Plus's core content, as Bob Iger calls it, that being both Disney Star Wars and Disney Marvel, have been steadily on decline. Valiant Renegade then took a look at the press release from Star Wars announcing their 14 million global views for the first episode. His reaction, doesn't seem too terribly impressive, considering if we were to go back and look at what the numbers that were reported from places like Warner Brothers and even Amazon were for the Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, and Rings of Power. Those numbers were sharply better than Ahsoka was. Matter of fact, Warner Brothers was touting 10 million views in the United States alone for the premiere of the House of the Dragon, just on its opening night. And over the first week, it rose to 20 million views. Those numbers were backed up by Nielsen, which suggests those were, in fact, only in North America. Warner Media announced House of Dragon drew 9.986 million viewers across linear and HBO Max platforms in the US Sunday night, the largest audience for any new original series in the history of HBO. By the series finale, WB Discovery stated all episodes of the series are now averaging 29 million viewers in the US, more than tripling their average debut night audience with strong catch-up viewing. I'm not even going to get into Rings of Power. No, not going to do it. Valiant Renegade then took a look at how Walt Disney claims they arrived at the 14 million view number. According to Disney, a view in this count is defined as total stream time divided by runtime available. Nielsen measures watch time in terms of minutes watched, and then we can take an episode's runtime, say 30 minutes or 45 minutes, divide that into the total watch time, and come up with a relatively good idea how many total viewers watched the show, given that every person watched the show completely one time. What's odd is, why does Disney have to say it this way? They don't. This is direct-to-consumer programming, meaning that you have to log into a proprietary Disney service to watch the show. Every time you log in and click a show to watch, a little counter goes off in Disney somewhere. They know who's watching what. They know exactly how many views that a given program has at any given time. So, Valiant Renegade questions. So why then do they have to use this metric as opposed to just telling us this is how many views we got? The other side of this too is that we don't know how many of those views were duplicative, meaning did we actually have 14 million individual households watch this content, or did we have 7 million households around the world that watched the episode twice? So I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you think is the actual number? Do you go with Samba, which Samba you still have to take with a grain of salt, or do you go with Disney's numbers? Comment down below, share your thoughts. While you're at it, did anybody out there watch Ahsoka? I mean, I did. Wasn't too impressed. Did you guys? Let me know in the comments. While you're at it, please take the time to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell to get notified when my content becomes available here on YouTube. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you later.